Welcome back to another live stream, everybody. We're gonna be doing some longer streams this evening. So yeah, another episode of button mashing. Episode of button mashing. Can we ever have one seamless stream? No seamless streams? Technical difficulty issues? Well, we're planning on getting some fantastic guests this weekend. In the meantime, it's kind of like an intermission period. We are going to do some late night streams tonight, and we are going to do some late night streams for the rest of the month, basically, because we only have a couple days left. So we're going to be doing some long streams for y'all. We're going to try to get us up to 40,000 subscribers here quickly. I think we can. I'm confident we're moving in the right direction. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Good, just checking, just checking. Did it even push out the notification yet? Not to a lot of people, apparently. But I'm gonna go ahead and share this link with the Discord. We'll go on a late night political rant a little bit. We'll go on a late night political rant. Let's see who's messaging me. Morning, evening? What the hell is a morning, evening? Is it because we're night owls on this channel? Is that why? Morning, evening. Let's see if we can get the Discord up to 300. I mean, I figure I'm surprised a lot of y'all haven't been coming over to the Democrat Discord already. We got to get some people coming over there. Morning, evening. Okay, yeah, morning, evening. Valid enough if you just woke up, Kindred. Let's go ahead and share this Discord link out. I'm going to tell everyone join. I would love to join your stream. Why do you want to join my stream particularly? Do you want to debate? Do you want to have a conversation? Do you like Trump? Do you hate Trump? I'm going to need a little bit more details other than you want to join the stream. You don't have Discord? Let's see. This is not a new war. Trump said no new wars. This is not a new war. That is a fact. Total re-immigration. I'm not sure what you mean by re-immigration. If you mean deportation, I'm fully up for that. Yeah, you guys can join the Discord right there if you want to get in, if you want to debate. And remember, guys, you can only debate if you're 18 and plus. I don't think Kelly here is 18 and plus, but I really don't know. But double tap that like button. How is Trump a racist? Us Republicans are so done with the racism card. None of us care. I don't think even Democrats care anymore. I don't think anyone with common sense even cares about being called a racist anymore. Y'all have killed the meaning of it totally. No more meaning left of it whatsoever. You better be over 18 in human years too, or you're on the wrong channel. But hey, I ain't gonna stop y'all from taking your mother's credit card. That's on you. That's on y'all. That's 100% on y'all. You're almost 28? What are you, a trans man? Is that why you look like that? I'm confused. I'm not trying to be an asshole either. I'm just like legitimately wondering. I can't really see what you look like. I'm just looking at your profile picture. I'm not even zooming into it. I'm not even zooming into it, so I'm not trying to come out like an asshole, honestly. I'm transmazic? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I speak English. I don't speak transgenderism. Congress can override the 22nd Amendment. Best streamer around. The normal person doesn't think men can get pregnant. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. What gender am I? What gender do you think I am? There's only two genders. Since there's only two genders, y'all have a great chance of actually guessing my gender. What challenge did I face as a young African American man? That's actually a great question. I faced multiple discriminations as being a white African American man. What do I think about Jews? I think Jewish people are great people. I'm not a Jewish wannabe. If I wanted to be Jewish, I just would be Jewish. MAGA loves church. Y'all are the same people saying MAGA doesn't go to church when y'all are atheists. You support abortions. You can't be a Christian and be a Democrat. You can't be a Christian and support abortion. That's not possible. You cannot be a Christian and support abortion. It's literally not possible. But can we get to 50 likes? There's not thousands of genders. If you don't know how specific how many genders there are, then it's nothing about it is scientific then. What is a Christian? Someone that believes in the Trinity. They believe that Jesus died for our sins. Do I like Jews? Of course I like Jews. What do you mean the freaking 10 characters? Are you talking about the 10 chapters? You said 10 characters. So what do you mean 10 characters? And if you're talking about the 10 are you talking about the first 10 books of the Bible? Is that what you're talking about? Because if you're talking about the first if you're it depends what you're talking about. If you're talking about the first 10 chapters of the Bible, then they're all Genesis. If you're talking about the first 10 books of the Bible, then that would be completely different. No, name 10 people in the Bible. Okay, Moses, Job, Jesus, Paul, Matthew, um, Jesus, Paul, Matthew, Luke. There you go. There's five. Did you say five? No, you said 10. Okay. So that's 10. So you got 10 right there, right? Want to have a Bible debate? Absolutely. 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 So we got five right there. Now we got to think of another five. We got Abraham. We already mentioned Moses. We got King David. We got Mary. We already mentioned Paul. We got Solomon. We got Daniel. We got Noah. That makes 10. Oh, and if you want to add two more, you got Noah's. I think Noah had two sons. You guys asked me to name 10 people from the Bible for a $5 super chat. So there you go. I named you 10 people from the Bible for a $5 super chat. So where is it at? No, not only Jews and not only boomers still support Trump. That is for the lazy loser Generation Z mindset. If you're blaming everything on the boomers and the Jews, you're just lazy. There's nothing else to tell you. You're just lazy. Lazy. Cain and Abel. There you go. There's two more. Where is my $5 super chat? You promised a $5 super chat for naming 10 people in the Bible. Were you lying to me? Were you giving me your man's word? Were you lying to me or no? I gave what you wanted, didn't I? No, the IDF didn't do anything to Charlie Kirk. The IDF is one of the most humane militaries in the world. If Trump wins 2028, you and your old bear are dating. No, we aren't dating. We're still straight male, but I don't know why Democrats have this weird obsession with making everyone gay and everyone LGBTQ and cutting off the kids' wieners. I mean, what is wrong with y'all? Are y'all that gay? You just want everyone to be gay and homosexual and trans? I mean, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. You did not say within 20 seconds. Calm the fuck down with your bullshit. But let's get to 50 likes. We can get there easily. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Help me get to 40,000 subscribers. How is my day? My day is fantastic. How is y'all's day? My day was pretty damn good. Oh, you said if Trump gets in the presidency in 2028, you're going to date the old guy? Yeah, he's not going to date you. So that still ain't going to happen. If Joe Biden was still president, he probably would give you free ice cream. Would like that, wouldn't you? Have I ever dreamed about Trump? Nope. I've dreamed about Epstein though. I've dreamed about I had a dream that I fell asleep while streaming before. But no, I never had any dreams about Trump. Not one. If another Democrat gets elected, we can all kiss the Second Amendment goodbye. Yep. Yeah. What's up, Tom? Listen, I know nothing about Brazilian politics, but I'm just praying for y'all and hoping y'all the best. I guess that's my deal. I didn't even see your bullshit question, but either way, no one's gonna be able to name them in 20 fucking seconds. You're just not a man of your word and you're full of shit. You don't have $5. That's why you're a Democrat. I'm a reasonable man. He's a reasonable man. We can be extra reasonable together. Gandalf is still not gay. It doesn't matter how many $2 super chats you drop. Gandalf is not ever going to be gay. I know Brazil, it's went socialist. They're fucked. Sounds like it if that's the case. They didn't do nothing on that island with Donald Trump, at least. Trump's grandfather was not illegal. Neither was my grandfather. Neither was my great great grandfather that came to this country legally. Illegal alien criminal scum or just criminal scum. It is what it is. It's so crazy that these Democrats will literally complain about the stock market going up. If you're complaining about it going up, why don't you just get a job and invest in it? Jesus. Oh no, Trump is like profiting the companies and passing laws to make like the stock market go up and he's getting rich from it. Oh no. That sounds like a good thing to me for the whole country. But that's not even exactly what's going on. That's like a 13-year-old's version of events. That's like the 13-year-old's version of events, honestly. Oh, Democrats are extra mad today. Is it because of the ICE situation that was going on yesterday? The left's still out here trying to delete us. They swatted an army Berat, our SCOTUS. Jesus, that's horrible. I did not hear about that. I saw your comment before, but I didn't know really what it was about. So that's why I didn't respond in time because I didn't know what you were talking about, really. Army Barrett. What do you think of ICE? I love ICE. I can't believe y'all are still freaking out about it again. I can't believe y'all are still freaking out about ICE all over again. I mean, I don't even know what the problem this time is. What, y'all just fighting against ICE because you got nothing else to do? No, Trump should not pardon Diddy. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett. Okay, okay, okay. You're old, the dumbass can't read. Amy Barrett. I don't know where I'm seeing the army. I don't know where I'm seeing army or the word Barrett, but it's all in my head, I guess. How does Trump suck? Who is Amy anyway? Let's take a look. I can't even remember off the top of my head. Um, she's a Supreme Court justice. Yeah, she's the conservative Supreme Court justice. Yeah, that's messed up. They swatted a conservative Catholic conservative Supreme Justice. Jesus would support ICE. You know nothing about the Bible. Stick to doing drugs, you Mr. Cannabis consumer, whatever the fuck your YouTube name is. Stick to doing drugs. Don't be talking about God because you know more about drugs than you know about Jesus. The Bible, Romans 10 says, follow the law of the land. Jesus would absolutely be behind deportations. He would probably be deporting you. Oh, we got a bunch of loser drug addicts in chat. Wow, y'all really got to grow up. Y'all really got to grow up and stop doing that stuff. Would you deport Jesus? Jesus wouldn't be an illegal alien immigrant. Jesus didn't go to Egypt illegally. Deportation is not racial discrimination. Plenty of white people have been deported. Explain that, jackass. Explain that, jackass. You've been sober for 4 years. Once you're a drug addict, always a drug addict. Should have never touched that crack-a-lack and stuff. Should have never touched that crack. I don't give a fuck about Kanye West. Kanye West is a racist. I'm not even gonna say he's anti-Semitic because he already solved his issues with the Jews. I just think in general, Kanye West is racist. I think Kanye don't like white people. Do I support Trump? What do you think? Why do so many people come in the live stream and say, "Do I support Trump?" Yes, I support Trump. Oh, now black people can't be racist. Bullshit! Black people are some of the most racist people in this country. What do you mean they can't be racist? Now you're talking absurdity. Now you're talking absurdity. Oh, black people can't be racist. No, that is bullshit. Black people are racist. Black people are some of the most racist people in the country. They invented nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. If you have a question, drop a damn super chat or make it a damn good question. Don't say I have a question. Just drop your question. He is getting rid of illegal alien immigrants and making cities safe again. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That's what I'm talking about. That's 100% true. Bro, that does sound a little weird. At first, recent studies have shown that black children in schools are more likely to say slurs to Asians and whites. I mean, obviously, I ain't even trying to break down studies or nothing, but we already know what group of people walks around calling other people the N-word. And it ain't the whites and it ain't the Asians. So we already know what group of people walks around using slurs the most. What did black people do racist? Call us white people crackers, call white people all kinds of names, call white people mayonnaise citizens, all kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. All because their great great granddaddy was a supposedly a slave, which they have no proof of. They have no proof of their great great granddaddy being a slave. They don't even know who their dad is. How do they know who their great great granddaddy is? Sure, lots of amazing, nice black men out there. Great people out there, sure, and sure. That makes you feel better, me saying that? Sure, I'll make you feel better. Oh, Money Green is racist. Oh. Enjoy never getting your reparations again. January Sixers are going to get our reparations. We're going to get our reparations for January 6th. And that's going to be that. Gavin Newsom and you other Democrats ain't going to stop him. Gavin Newsom is trying to tax my reparations at 100% on a state level tax. California is turning red. They only have two governors that are going to win, either Hilton or the other guy, and they're both Republican. So think again. California absolutely is turning red. California absolutely is turning red. Who freed the slaves? White people. And who created slavery? Africans. So there you go again. There's another example. There's another example of hardcore facts for you. I know a lot of people out there can't take the truth that the African slave trade is still going on today, hundreds of years after the white people ended their slave trade, but that is the facts. That is the facts. Ain't my problem. That's on y'all. And you guys love acting like the victim. That's why you have people like E. Jean Carroll. E. Jean Carroll. None of y'all are talking about E. Jean Carroll today, are you? Why aren't you talking about E. Jean Carroll? Because her whole lawsuit, she got paid to sue Trump? Is that why y'all are being quiet? She got her court costs covered? Is that why y'all being quiet? And then she lied about it? So she already lied under oath. That's perjury. That's perjury. If you lie under oath, that is perjury. So E. Jean Carroll, for a fact, lied under oath once. If she already lied under oath once, what makes you think that she didn't lie about the whole thing? If E. Jean Carroll is willing to lie about her life and her finances under oath in the court of law one time, what makes you think that E. Jean Carroll ever told the truth about anything in her life? What makes you think that? What makes you think that? What does this guy say? The kids are leftist Democrats because they never study on history class or never was teach anything on at their classes? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Trump never lied under oath. E. Jean Carroll lied under oath. She lied about being raped. We should throw E. Jean Carroll and put her in prison for 40 years. For 40 years. Take all of her money from her and bankrupt her. We can't let women try to ruin men in our country. How am I blasphemous? Go ahead and join that Discord, though, if you guys want to debate. Sexist, sexist. What did I say now? What did I say now that was sexist? I wasn't even trying. I don't love Trump more than Jesus. What the fuck is wrong with you demon-crats? Demon-crats are trying to lie and say Trump supporters don't love Jesus more than anyone. Demon-crats love Satan. They love Bala. They love whatever you want to call them. Lucifer. They love him. They even admit sometimes to me that they worship Satan. So it's all jokes and it's all hee hee ha ha's until you hear about the time that allegedly Hillary Clinton was drinking blood from a baby fetus. It's all hee hee ha ha until you hear about the Clintons eating babies, huh? No, I don't know if that's true or not, but Jesus loved migrants. Jesus did not love illegal alien criminal bastards. He believed they should face the wrath of God. God would have given them an anger wrath for being criminals, illegal alien criminals, rapists, child, diddlers, all kinds of kid diddling stuff. They would have. Jesus was not a socialist. Jesus was not a loser. So that's how I know he wasn't a socialist. E. Jean Carroll got caught lying under oath. So congratulations. I don't care if she went to court with Trump 100 times. She lied all 100. Looks like she might be going to jail or might be facing some kind of consequences. That's what I can tell you. I am very serious. This is a serious matter. If I don't stand up for the conservatives in our country and do these streams, then who else is gonna do them? I'm not just gonna let Nick Fuentes sit on the internet all day and tell y'all that he's a Republican when he's not. I'm not just gonna sit on the internet all day and let you hear from Candace Owens that says she's a Republican when she's not. You don't want to donate 1,000. If you want to donate $1,000, you can drop two $500 super chats. But you wouldn't be asking me how to donate if you really wanted to. Well, let's get to 100 likes, guys. 100 likes. Double tap the likes. Let's get to 100 plus likes, guys. Oh, anyone that's successful is a grifter. Oh, poor Democrat. Poor Democrat. Screw Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is not American first. You can say I'm the bootleg Democrat. I don't care, but make sure you differentiate the difference between us two. He's a Democrat. I'm a conservative. I'm MAGA. First time donating. What do you want? My PayPal? Just drop a super chat. Click on the money sign and drop a super chat. That's how you can do it. If it's really your first time donating, that's how you can do it, brother. Or if you just want to join in the Discord and you want me to send you PayPal information, I can do that too. I appreciate it. Trump was a Democrat way before 2001. He was a Democrat like since his early adulthood. I am American, but I have lived all across Europe. For whoever just said that comment. Will Trump wrestle on his B day? That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie about that. Not gonna lie about that. But there's the Discord link right there if you want to join in there and message me. I'm in there. Do I shoot dice in alleyways? Absolutely not. I'm white, right? Democrats love abortion if you're gonna talk about unaliving babies. It's funny, Democrats will say Trump unalived those schoolgirls in Iran. He blew up a school. Since when did young children's lives matter to Democrats? Y'all aborted 33% of my generation. Y'all killed 33% of the babies that were supposed to be a part of Generation Z. So don't give me that bullshit boo-hoo that Trump blew up a girls' school. Y'all didn't care about these young kids' lives. Y'all never did. Y'all were always about abortion, always about lowering the white population. Oh, okay, maybe that's why. The fact that they're not really white, I guess, gives you, an excuse that you don't want to unalive them all of a sudden, right? Because they're not white babies? Yes, 33% of Generation Z was aborted. Over 35 million babies were unalived by you Democrats. 35 million babies were unalived by you Democrats. But you're going to sit here and cry to me and say, oh, boo hoo, boo hoo. Trump just accidentally attacked a girls' school. Well, tell the terrorists not to put the school next to their military base. But the reason they did that is so they can use the schoolgirls to protect them from the explosions. And that way that the schoolgirls can also get kiddle-diddled. So that way they have women protecting them from the explosion and so they can kiddle-diddle on young women. But y'all don't really think about why the fact they had a school right next to an Iranian military base, do y'all? Y'all really don't think about that, do you? Y'all really don't think about that. But double tap that like button. We're almost to 100 likes. Subscribe. If anyone wants to show some love tonight, drop some memberships, drop some super chats. It's about the end of the month. Trump or Jesus? You don't gotta ask me. It's Jesus. What about Democrats? Trump or Jesus? They hate both Jesus and Trump. So who are they gonna choose? Who are the radical leftist Democrats gonna choose? If they had to spend a day with Jesus or a day with Trump, they hate both of them. I don't know if they hate Jesus more or they hate Trump more. That would be an interesting one to find out. I don't know. It's not all Democrats, but it's definitely a good amount of them. A good amount of them. Hey, thank you for that super chat. And listen, there are some good Democrats out there. There are some old school Democrats out there that don't believe in abortion, that don't believe in all this kind of stuff. But it's far and in between. Thank you, Katie Zoo. I appreciate that. Shout out Katie Zoo for that super chat. I've read the Bible front to back so many times. I can't always remember everything off the top of my head, but it's like ingrained into the back of my mind. Sometimes I'll be quoting the Bible and I won't even be remembering exactly what verse. And then when I go look up the Bible, exactly what I said was in the Bible. So it's like I'm memorizing these verses and I don't even remember exactly what verse it was, but if I look it up about the Bible, I can find it. I can find it. What's up, American? I think it's American Patriot that joined. I can't. I literally lost your name in the sea of words. I love y'all too. Trump is not Jewish. Israel does not control our country. I mean, this is ridiculous. Can we have one single live stream without hundreds of comments of complaining about Jewish people? I'm not Jewish. President Trump is not Jewish. Jewish people don't run the world. There's bad Christian people and there's bad Jewish people. There's bad everyone out there. It doesn't mean that they're all on one specific thing or not. You know what I'm saying? But double tap that like button, guys. Double tap that like button. Subscribe, share the video. Let's get to 100 likes. I'm trying to get to 40,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. I think we can do it, guys. I think we can do it. Tel Aviv's greatest warrior. If I was Tel Aviv's greatest warrior, I would be honored. I absolutely would be honored. Thanks, Catwalk, I guess. Would you call the cops to get your stolen stuff back? Jesus said no. What Bible verse is that? And would I call the cops to get my stolen stuff back? No, probably not. I mean, I would call the cops to get the criminal arrested, but I've never heard the cops bringing anything back really from criminals. Once they steal it, that shit's gone. Timu Nick Fuentes. Timu Nick Fuentes. Yeah, go ahead and keep calling me that. I'm way better looking than Nick Fuentes, and I'm way more intelligent, and I don't believe in half the shit that he did. But let's get to 100 likes. All we need is one more like. 100 likes, boys and girls. Hey, what's up, Tim? What's up? We're just chilling here having like some kind of random political rant about, everything going on today. At least we got the ceasefire deal with Iran. Oil prices are down. Gas prices are down, guys. Gas prices are down. I'm mogging Nick Fuentes right now. I don't care if Trump gets richer. People getting richer does not bother me. I'm happy with my life. But everyone else, anytime anyone else succeeds in life, you're a bunch of crabs in a bucket. You're so quick to pull down the next man down. Democrats are so quick to pull the next man down and try to get down to their level. Y'all can't do that. Y'all crabs can't pull us down because we ain't crabs. Only crabs in the bucket with other crabs can pull us down. I'm like a squirrel. Y'all can't catch me. I'm running through the yard left and right. I'm running laps around y'all. Y'all can't drag me down in that bullshit. And Iran was building nukes. What else do you do with 60% enriched uranium? 60% enriched uranium. Like, what else do you do with that other than build a bomb? Apparently, you can build a dirty bomb with that. But the facts are, guys, Iran is losing around $500 million a day. Iran only has about $30 billion in the bank. Maximum. Probably more around $24 billion right now. So when we deplete that fund, they're gonna be broke. They are going to be broke. Now, if Iran doesn't make any more money, they could keep their Strait closed down for 1 to 2 more months. They could keep the Strait down for 1 or 2 more months closed down. That's about it. And if they lasted 2 months, that 2 months must have been because they sold something on the side and they did some real big hustling. because they're not going to be able to get the money to keep their country operating. Trump is a smart man. He's making them drain their power, drain their money. They're losing, they're losing about 2.5% of their country's wealth every day, around 2.5% to 5% of their country's wealth. I'm here to debate. Join the Discord. None of y'all want to debate. Join the Discord. You're a Filipino. Should you be concerned? Probably not. Nick Fuentes is never gonna freaking be president. If you're new, like and subscribe. I'm not an Israeli shell. I don't know what y'all preaching about, but it's a bunch of nonsense. What are y'all preaching? You said MAGA rallies look like woodpecker conventions. Democrat rallies look like wood chipper, wood chipper conventions. They should be wood chipper conventions with all the convicted PDF files y'all support and the kid diddlers and all the people that got money from Jeffrey Epstein. It should be called the wood chipper event. Join that Discord. I don't think Nick Fuentes even wants to. Yeah, like you said, I don't think Nick Fuentes wants to run for political office. His objective is higher than that. He wants to be the guy controlling who gets in political office. Nick Fuentes wants to be the guy that's controlling people in the political office. Do you know how I know? Because I'm watching it unfold. He promoted Thomas Massey. He's promoting a candidate in Florida. He's promoting multiple candidates all around the country. This isn't just by a mistake. Some of these candidates were never in politics before. He's seeing how much power and influence he has. He's seeing if he has enough power and influence to change an election yet. And the answer is no, because Thomas Massey lost. The Florida candidate is set to lose. But he's kind of proving the government's point because Nick Fuentes is, I believe, a government informant. Or he's working for a government, or he's working for some kind of media conglomerate. I'm not 100% sure what exactly, but he's not just an individual content creator. Thomas Massey did not lose to AIPAC. He lost to his own incompetence. His candidate had 3 or 4 major PACs supporting him. Thomas Massey had like half the amount of money supporting him, and that's his fault. Just because he wants to make an enemy out of AIPAC, and AIPAC receives $0 from Israel anyway. So I don't know why Thomas Massey was making an enemy out of AIPAC. AIPAC didn't spend 20 million; they only spent around 8 or 9 million. And MAGA, the Trump PAC that was powering the counter opponent to Thomas Massey, the Trump PAC actually gave Thomas Massey's opponent around $8 or $9 million as well. So roughly the same, maybe a little bit more than APAC gave Thomas Massey's opponent. So y'all don't understand the first thing about politics. $30 million isn't a lot of money. $15 million more isn't a lot of money. If you were really that popular of a candidate, which I've never heard of Thomas Massey's opponent, then you should have won. And if you lost, that just means a lot of people knew who you were and they voted against you. I don't think it's because boomers were fooled. I don't think it's because anyone was tricked. I don't think so. I don't like Catboys. I think that's weird. I'm not complaining. I'm just talking about Nick Fuentes, your Lord and Savior. My guy, listen to Russ? No, I don't like to listen to Russ, brother. Is this a joke? Is this like a 2017 joke? Gas is not high. Gas is under $4. Stop complaining about gas. Instead of complaining about gas, just say that you're down bad. I don't know what to tell you. You already are boycotting Trump. Y'all been boycotting Trump this entire time and nothing happened. Gas is $6.50 there. That's because you live in shithole California. Shithole California. Or some other leftist state. That's because you live in a liberal fuck state. Do I want a third term? Absolutely, I want a third term. Let's get a third term. Donald J. Trump. Gas is under $4 in Florida. Philadelphia, another liberal shithole city. That's why gas is expensive. Gas is not $5 in Texas. The cheapest state in the entire country with gas was $2.56, and that was today. $2.56 today in gas in some areas of the country. I don't support all Republicans, so don't give me this bullshit on this Republican passed that. I would vote Democrat. I'm not a diehard Republican. I am a diehard MAGA though, so if you're a Democrat that's anti-MAGA, I probably wouldn't vote for you. Trump doesn't care about bisexual people. You wish Trump even thought about that a waste of time bullshit. What genocide? You talking about Gaza again? Are we crying about Gaza again? Really? We really out here crying about Gaza again? Gaza is not being genocided. If you're being genocided, that means your population shrinks. The Palestinians the Palestinians' population grew. It grew. How can it be a genocide if the population is growing? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Free Palestine from what? Palestine? Free Palestine from Palestine. You a Zionist? Absolutely, I'm a Zionist. I think you believe every country has a right to exist, that ones that can defend their land do. That's what I personally believe. There's two things that make your country have a right to exist. A, they conquered the land and they took the other country or other land with more gunpower and more firepower. Or B, they have a historical backing to the land. So Israel has always owned Palestine. Since Israel has enough money and weapons to get rid of, the radical Islamics and the West Bank, they can. That makes it their land. All the way thick and thin. Thick and thin. But double tap that like button. Let's get the likes way up there. Drop some super chats if y'all have any questions, comments, whatever you want to talk about. I'm all the way here for it. We're almost to 34,000. Let's keep going, boys. Push up. MAGA Nation, MAGA Army, boys. We got to come together and fight against the demon rats. Can we agree? Okay, y'all. I won't scream so loud. It's getting later. My throat is starting to hurt. MAGA. Also, check out my video about Ted the Builder if you haven't already. What about $15? What are you talking about? It's not a game. Trump is the best president we've had. Racist. 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 Oh my God, I'm so offended. Y'all called me a racist. What am I going to do? Oh my God. Tel Aviv's greatest warrior? I guess you're Brazil's greatest warrior. Brazil doesn't have very many great warriors, do they? Brazil doesn't have very many great warriors. Maybe you should worry about that socialism that's destroying your country right now in Brazil. You're the biggest Zionist I've ever met. You haven't been around the world very much, have you? You haven't been around the world very much, have you? I'm not even that big of a Zionist, honestly. There's probably way bigger Zionists than me, but join that Discord if you want to debate. Nah, y'all love the demon rat. That's the catchphrase. Y'all love when I scream, demon rats! The demon rats! The demon rats! The demon rats! Yeah, what false information? Yes, I already said I'm a proud Zionist. What's your issue? What's your problem? Yeah, I already answered your question. Yes, I'm a Zionist. And am I hyped for Pride Month? Yeah, that way I can do lots of LGBTQ debates and embarrass all of y'all. And embarrass all of y'all and make y'all realize that y'all are full of sin. Argentina. I have no clue who that guy is. What about Dubai? You literally have a terrorist flag in your bio. How am I the terrorist? Your whole profile picture is a terrorist flag, brother. They are messed up in the head, ain't they? Can't even argue with that one. Oh, we got the Polish flag. Spam W Donald Trump. No, spam W Donald Trump. There is spamming. Let them spam W Donald Trump. 967 days for Donald Trump in office. How is Trump a Jewish puppet, brother? Makes no sense. I appreciate that, Madeline. I'm used to it. No, Palestine will not be free. They've never been free. They've never been their own nation. They've never been their own country. So no, Palestine isn't going to get free. Do I remember you? No. Does not give endless money to Israel. Israel gives endless money to us. And you don't even understand the numbers because there's just so much political garbage out there that's fake and everyone believes that it's crazy. I remember 2016 and 2015, there was so much political garbage, I honestly could not even believe it. There was so much political garbage, I could not believe it. And now there's even more political garbage. Never seen Palestine on the map. I have nothing wrong with Mexico, so I don't know why you keep spamming the Mexican flag. It's not really about Mexicans. Israel, Israel, Israel this, Israel that. Okay, okay. Y'all don't y'all are weak anti-Semites. You don't even have any real effort to put in. All you do is just type the same bullshit Jewish from the Jewish hate handbook over and over again. Y'all typing the same garbage from the Jewish handbook over and over again. Sure, you can fill in for Dusty on Saturday. I think he will. He probably will leave, but he's coming on early on Sunday. Never got APAC money. Where can I sign up and get some though? I don't know you. How do I think if you should be president or not? Probably not. Probably not. I don't like Nick fucking Fuentes. I'm not gonna watch him. You'll make beer free? That sounds like a horrible idea. I'm doing APAC work for free. All right, I'll give you credit. That's halfway funny, I guess. How do I feel about Kamala Harris? I hope she runs in 2028. I hope Kamala Harris runs in 2028. That way we can have an easy win. Easy win. That's what I think. No, I'm so glad the US aid is gone. Are you Mossad? I wish I was Mossad. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty cool. As a Zionist, do you support demolishing the Al Aqsa mosque? I really don't give a damn about any mosque on this earth. They have no holy remnants to me at all. So yeah, if a mosque gets destroyed, I mean, I'm not gonna say I really care. Don't really care if a mosque gets destroyed. You're not hurting my feelings. A fake prophet's a terror temple destroyed? Yeah, sure, that's fine with me. How do I feel about the Talmud? I feel like people don't know what the Talmud is. I don't even understand how this is a highly debated topic. $250 bill, Donald J. Trump. Our treasury man said that we're gonna do so, right? I don't know. Y'all are asking some weird questions, huh? I'm not even a Christian nationalist, Jeff, so that shows you how much you know about me. I'm not a Christian nationalist. I believe our nation was built as a Christian nationalist nation, and I believe that we later on adopted the more free. Well, we started off with free religious laws, and we let them come in and adopted from there. But we started off as a Christian nation. So you support an Islamic slash Zionist holy war? No, I don't support it. I just said I don't care if a mosque, disappears from this world. I don't care about a mosque. Really don't care about a mosque. Not saying I don't want a holy war at all, but I also don't want a mosque. You support Israel, you're sick. Yeah, you support Islam. I don't want to hear about supporting Israel when you support Islam. Rude. I don't care. Don't know what I was rude about, but I don't care. Here's an interesting question. Should truly disabled people be able to in America be able to afford food? Yeah, they should be able to afford food, but their family should help them pay for it. It shouldn't be up to the government to take care of the people. But I'm not against them receiving welfare or government help either, but the family should be helping out as well. Muhammad, I didn't see your question. Answer my question, Muhammad. How old was Aisha? How old was Aisha when Muhammad met her? Since you're named after Muhammad, you might as well tell me how old his wife was when they met. 6 years old. That's what Zionism demands? The third temple? No, that's not what Zionism is. Zionism, you just believe that Israel has a right to a holy land and Jewish people have a right to, Israel and live there in a nation full of Jews. They have that right. Zionism is nothing about opening the third temple or any of that stuff. I mean, just take a quick search on Google. If you want me to read you the definition of Zionism, I can too. I'll read you the definition of Zionism. I don't know where you're getting that from, honestly. That might be like if you're, I don't know. Zionism is a nationalistic and political movement that advocates for the self-determination of the Jewish people and the establishment and support of a Jewish homeland in the religion in the region. Sorry, in the region. That's it. That's what Zionism is. It has nothing to do with the third temple. None of that stuff. Ask what the end goal of Zionism is. You're probably talking about you're probably talking about yeah, it just says the foundation and goal of Zionism is the establishment, the security, and endurance of a sovereign state, recognize the Jewish homeland and the historical land of Israel. That's what it says Zionism is. That's what it says the goal of Zionism is. The foundational end goal of Zionism is the establishment, security, endurance of a sovereign and recognized Jewish homeland and the historical land of Israel. So, once again, where does any of this bad stuff about Zionism come into play? I'm honestly wondering. No one in the Bible was 6 years old. I think the youngest marriages in the Bible were like 16 or 15, which, mind you, still happen in this country. There's plenty of 15 and 16-year-olds that are getting married to 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds in this country. I'm not saying it's right, but it still happens all the time, and it's completely legal. Down with the Islamic regime. Down with the Islamic regime. Down with the Islamic regime. Down with the Islamic regime, y'all. Do I really support Donald Trump? Right hand to God, I really support Donald Trump. And it's almost like I'm cherishing every moment because I know no one lives forever. And after Trump is gone, not only gone from presidency, but gone from this earth, I think, anyone with a little bit of heart and common sense is gonna shed a couple tears. But as far as the demon rats go, they're gonna celebrate Trump's death. It's gonna be a disgusting day to see these vile, demonic individuals scream and hiss at the top of their lungs over Trump's death. That'll be a fucked up day, but that'll also be, you know, a fucked up day, I guess. Fuck Allah, that's Lucifer. The original Arabic word used was the great deceiver, not the great planner. Bible states that's Lucifer. We've had Trump for 967 days. 968 days of Trump tomorrow, guys. A felon doesn't follow the laws or constitution? Interesting you say that. Why do y'all support George Floyd so much then? You had no problem celebrating George Floyd, which he's a violent convicted felon. He pointed a gun at a pregnant woman. Y'all had no problem celebrating that felon. But when it comes to Donald J. Trump, oh no, he's a bunch of fake felonies that none of them even make any sense and none of them are even really for any actual crimes. We need about 3,000 more days to fix what's been fucked up. Yeah, we need 3,000 more days of Donald J. Trump. You can call Trump a lot of things, but just saying Trump is very stupid is probably the stupidest comment you could make. So, a multi billionaire with multi billion dollar companies, he has multiple multi billion dollar companies. He has, what, five children and what? I don't know how many grandchildren in total. And you're telling me he's stupid? If Trump is stupid, what does that make you? Just full blown retarded? What would that make you? Just full blown retarded? If Trump is stupid, would that just make you full blown retarded? George Floyd was not drug free for several years. George Floyd died with enough fentanyl in his system to kill 7 people. I didn't see your question, brother. I didn't see your question. What was your question? Israel plant, Israel plant, Israel plant. I'm not no Israeli plant. How old was Mary? Mary was a virgin. Why does it matter? Mary was a virgin. I think she was 15 or 16, but doesn't really matter. She was a virgin. I mean, it says Muhammad consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. So that means Muhammad fucked a 9 year old. That's what that means. As far as the marriage between Joseph and Mary, that was never consummated because they're both virgins. At least Mary, I know in the Bible. I don't know about Joseph. It doesn't matter how old she was. It doesn't matter if she was 12 years old or not. She never had sex. She never had sex Muhammad got his ass stretched by black men in the desert. It's in the Quran, or it might have been in the Hadith. But he literally got fucked from the back by multiple men in the desert. That was Muhammad. Now Mary, no, she was not fit. She was not 12. Let's take a look what they say. Muhammad was always about. See, it does not even say how old she was. But Jewish tradition is normally men can get married, or men can get married from around 13 to 20. And women can normally get married after 13 or 14 in the Jewish tradition. So we don't know how old she was. There's no historical facts for that. If Mary was 14, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they didn't have sexual intercourse. Mary was a virgin. Meanwhile, Muhammad fucked a 9-year-old and got fucked by a bunch of black dudes in the desert. I mean, like, really? Are we comparing the two? And reading the Bible, you find that Mary would have been closer to mid-20s. Only weirdos try to say 12 to 16. That's what I say. Not to mention, even if they did get together when they were 12, they definitely weren't married, or they definitely weren't Mary definitely wasn't pregnant at 12. How do you join? Drop a $50 super chat. That's how you join. That's not in the Bible. You've been saying a bunch of shit that's not in the Bible. Even if she was 14 or 15, I still wouldn't care because no one had sex with her. Therefore, there's no PDF file activity going on. Someone's asking me, do I support minors' marriages? Not really, but if a 17 and 18-year-old marry each other, I don't really care. Don't really care. If it's a 17 and 18-year-old get married, I really don't care. I mean, you can say, "Oh, that's sick. That's sick." Look at the age differences between most of your mothers and fathers. I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't do a relationship if I was 18 and another girl was 17. But do I think it's immoral or wrong? Absolutely not. But when you start talking about like a 4-year difference, like a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old, I mean, it's still technically legal in some states, but that's definitely way too far for me. But like a 1-year age difference, like 17 and 18, the states don't allow underage marriage laws have changed. Look up the new laws. I heard that they never changed the laws. Underage marriage, federal law. Let's see. Is there a federal law? I think it's only a state law. As far as I know, there's no federal law. There is no federal law establishing a minimum age for marriage in the United States. It's state by state. If a 15-year-old girl wants to get married to a 16-year-old boy, I don't think anything's wrong with that. But I wouldn't advise it. But do I think anything inherently is wrong with it? I don't know. Not really. I mean, if parents want to do young marriages, as long as there's nothing inappropriate or illegally going around or immoral or unbible like, I mean, I think you're way too young to get married. But I mean, I think my grandma was married when she was 16, so I don't really have a problem with it. As long as they're the same age. As long as they're around the same age. If it's a huge age gap, absolutely not. And if we're talking anything younger than 15, absolutely not as well. Each state is different. Each state is different. 33 states allow underage marriage in America. Inflation is technically getting higher every day under any president. We have a healthy level of inflation. The only way that we can have deflation is if we pay off a lot of our debt, and then we can start having deflation. But until that happens, that's impossible. And it wouldn't be healthy for our economy either. Do I think Jesus was brown? No, I think he was the same skin color as all the other Israelis. I don't know, a darkish, olivish white color. Definitely wasn't black. I know that much. Everything is not just fine, it's fantastic. The economy's booming, the stock market's booming, the job market's booming, more jobs today than we've ever had. If your life isn't doing good, then that sounds like a personal issue. Don't push that on me. That's a you thing. Virtue signalers have the issues. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But you know what? We probably will wrap the stream up, but only for a couple minutes so I can make myself like a sandwich or something. And then we'll probably do some late night streaming. Yeah, then we'll probably do some late night streaming on here. Why does the age gap matter? Because if you're 14 years old, your brain is undeveloped and you don't have any life experience. It's also just disgusting in general. I mean, why are you asking this kind of gross question? If you really don't know why it makes a difference, then you might want to go to like a mental facility because that's gross. But I'm gonna hop out of here. We look up messianic Zionism. That's not regular Zionism. I'm not a messianic Zionist. I'm sure that's what you were talking about before, though. But that's not what Zionism normally means. This is like, I believe, an extremism form of Zionism. Yeah, it's literally called radical Jewish Masonic Zionism. Like radical is in the front of the name. This is radical Jewish Messianic Zionism, which is, basically about bringing the third temple back, yada, yada, yada. It seems like pretty evil, pretty wicked things. I still don't like Ben Guyver, and Israeli people don't like Ben Guyver either. Talking with them, they don't like Ben Guyver. Cheap is what's the word for it? Cheap is objective. Cheap is objective. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it, so I can't tell you if it's being pushed. If it is being pushed, I don't think it's really a major concern because we have way more radical Islam problems. When you really look into it, Saudi Arabia and all these countries have way more influence and way more radical Islam inside of America. But that's a whole nother debate. And now we're down to 15 people. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back.